Man, I have a good one for us today, guys. For those of us who are really fiending for something real and seriously done with all the fake, deceptive crap out there, right? And deceivers. Deception comes from deceptive people. Logically, if we can identify, if we're Jedis at identifying fake people, and I've got a crazy thing to read to you right here about how fakeness is one of the most dangerous forces in human life. Not because it looks dangerous, because it hides itself while it silently destroys your destiny, clarity, energy, relationships, and mission. This is the truth. Nobody really, it's hard, it's too much for the senses. We're gonna go into doodle territory here. We're gonna go into the tall grass. Not quite the jungle, but let's just say we're gonna go into the tall grass. So if you wanna jump to another video, you were supposed to. It's because you haven't prepared. You're not ready, and this may start to sting. When things start to sting in life, go inside and inventory and analyze and find out if this is true. Guaranteed, you've got a friend in your life telling you something's true that's not, or telling you something is your fault, but it's not, which is kind of this feature of fakeness that I'm talking about, because rather than really investigating with you, they want to be better than you. They want to be one-upping with you. And they're constantly stuck in this competitive one-upping process. I think competition is good. I think ego is good. Ego's needed to be a champion in the ring at the end of the competition, in the competition, right? There's a very simple switch here. Are you above your ego, or is your ego above you? Are you above your competitive edge, or is your competitive edge defining you completely? Right? And you can't get outside of your own competitive edge. Mentally, physically, spiritually, in all ways, I want to challenge you. All challenges, opportunities build strength. This is a strength. Everything's a strength. I want to challenge you to stop needing to put yourself above everyone, just so you can build this step up, step down, above and below your ego when you need to. You can let your ego take control when that time comes, because your ego has to do with your fight or flight. If you've studied, and if you've studied, that means you've prepared. And if you prepared, that means you have true confidence, class, conduct. You're a full package. And everybody can see that. And what will it spark in them? Jealousy. Jealousy is such a prevalent, I would argue that this is the root of so many other evils, including murder and child abuse. It is the root. A jealous person jealousy is usually a major aspect of people who cross the line and do not operate by the golden rule. Jealousy is a suffering, man. Can you imagine? And I watch this. I know people that do this. They're around all the time. Can you imagine that you can't sit into a room and a better looking person or a more muscly person walks in and you start to suffer every single time? Could you imagine even being oriented this way? And you don't need better looks and bigger muscles than him to not feel that way, actually. You need a higher conscious level to not feel that way, which does come through the gym, which does come through checking all the boxes of discipline, right? Some people got screwed over by their parents, and that's unfortunate, and they've got a lot of work to do because of that. But does a large fat person communicate gratitude for his beautiful body, 10 fingers and toes to above? No, he doesn't. And somewhere inside of himself, he understands that, even if it's subconsciously. Again, too much for the primary senses, right? But somewhere in there, and the body keeps the score. So now you've got new, clear, degenerative health that it's running all the way into the metaphysical root, the idea of you, your soul, right? And now that is becoming a toxic trash bag too. Fake people, fake intentions. You're gonna find through enough experiential diversity, right? Because your life is supposed to be chapters. It's supposed to be an adventure. It's supposed to have tons of diverse experience. Some evil thing is trying to distract you from monoculture you, have you spend all the way till 18 in a sterile classroom, suffering, you know, and then go on to suffer because you haven't been equipped with the tools of character from the cowboy culture you were supposed to have, Indian culture that you were supposed to have, organic culture that you were supposed to have. So a fake person, they will pull you off trajectory. They will pull you off course. What's your course? If you take on everything true, everything valiantly, everything head on, you don't accept lies and you don't tell them, you don't tell them, you don't tell them. What's the one thing we never do? We never tell a lie, all right? Because that is so corruptive for us and for the people that we told it to. But so many people you know right now have been programmed to throw these things around like confetti and just, he's the liar. It's not me, it's him. Right? And distract. There's a behavior pattern that you can recognize, and I'm gonna read you from this Kia Karlberg genius work, 2Ks, Swedish scientist, blank. The word blank, I'm gonna let you fill this in with whatever you want later, because the mouth sound really doesn't matter. Blank is the root cause of all inequality and injustice in the world. It's the problem behind all other problems. By eliminating blank, we could solve all the problems in the world. It's as simple as that. This is the biggest epiphany in mankind. This epiphany has led to the birth of anti-blank, the new minimalist philosophy that, together with artificial intelligence, changes everything. Everything you know, everything you think, and everything you believe. Brandon Angel Fitness note, we don't believe anything. We seek. All our positions remain open. We are addicted to learning. We're all going to be addicted to something. Us, we're addicted to valiance, honesty, good people, solid, hold the line, tough guy people. Hard to achieve, no doubt. And the search, the journey is the destination. We're in the journey. We've not arrived. We haven't concluded. There's no victory lap here. What the hell is all of that? That is, you won't believe it now, but at the end of this video, we will return to it, deceptive programming. The anti-blank philosophy is still in the form of a small seed. That is true. Please take the seed, plant it anywhere you want, and take good care of it. It has the potential to grow immensely big and change the world if what I just read is true. Jumping right along here. What was I just telling you? Fakeness hijacks your destiny. You know, so I went to the jungle. Those of you who haven't heard this before, probably many of you have. For 5 years, no phone, no bank account, completely. I couldn't. I had a neurological condition, whatever it was, and I couldn't be near another human being. It was just fucking crazy. I couldn't think. I couldn't focus. I really had to go out in the nature because I knew if I didn't, I was gonna mess up, probably, right? One fake person can waste months, forget months, years, decades, as has happened to me, of your life. And don't get me wrong, these people happening to you is not the worst thing in the game. The worst thing in the game is you become one of these people, one of these blanks. And that's what they grow up. Funny that I use that, because they kind of are that, right? They're just a channel for the same behavior pattern that if a guy like me tells you to go watch a 15-minute web read, link in the description below, and you don't do it, who are you? Where's your inventory? When was the last time you looked in the mirror? A lot of people today, they can't even see what the true man sees because they don't conduct themselves in a true format. And for that way, truth is occulted from them by the cosmos. And they just live a drift life where they're just blown around by the elements and their free will is eroded by the second. Eventually, we'll call them a blank, but that's just clinical terminology for soullessness accomplished by lack of gratitude for the gift. Over and over and over and over again. A fake person can make you doubt yourself. They can make you doubt reality. They want to be above so bad and they might be sitting there. You know, I had an incident yesterday. It was like, so if this is the small jealous, if you have a small jealous mind, you will suffer. I used to be this guy. All my friends used to be this guy. If somebody walked in and they looked good and they looked tough, right away, we all wanted a piece of this dude. That is stupid programming into conflict and self-suffering. It is stupid programming into conflict and self-suffering. And the best way to do that is to gas up your ego so big that you no longer have control over it. It is above you. You are not above it. You can't receive new, true information. You can't receive funds. You can't receive nutrition. You can't receive the word of God. You can't receive anything because you've got it all. You've told yourself that you know everything and you've got it all. And you're better than everyone while you sit there and shit talk and use your time to speak about others and gossip, which I'm telling you is the most corrosive activity one can participate in. You might be talking about you in your little club. You could talk about me all day long. I'm never going to talk about you except you're just a general, every day, 20 times in a row, how many times there are, about, because I don't care, because I'm only working with hundreds, and right, you know what I mean? I need the most excellent. This is this game of gardening is all about weeding what you don't want. It's about exquisite, exclusive, incredible selection, all right? These people will manipulate your perception, as I said. And 50 Cent has a great quote about this. I hate a liar more than a thief because a liar steals your reality. And it's so true. And we allow ourselves to get out of our chairs from the news television, the electronic liar that we already know is a super liar. And that's what we talk about at the table too. No more of that shit, all right? Fuck soap operas. They're out. Anyone who watches soap operas, Netflix, television, politics, I get it. We want to care what's going on in the world. Sickness is going on in the world. Now it's time for you to concentrate on yourself. Be strong. And we're in social media, guys, so this is going to be oriented a little bit towards the social media environment and the real environment. And on social media, I'm challenging you now. Get rid of all the guys on steroids. You're not listening to them anymore. If you want to continue to follow them for whatever status, popularity contest, bullshit thing, or connection, or whatever, but mute that shit. No information, nutrient, spin-off, as true as it may be. Joel Osteen, Liver King, these guys are giving you true information. Eating raw liver is fucking super food. It's a super test, all that stuff, all those organs, right? Johnny Tapia, who Freddie Roach says the best to ever do it, showed me how to eat raw liver when I was a younger guy. So obviously there's truth to it, right? There's truth to the connection with God. Oh my God, I'm the number one person to tell you. I've had 5 divine interventions, all because I broke out of a juvie jail, went 5 states away, learned about God, and at 13 had a crazy spiritual experience where I really called out. I said I wanted to be big things within the heavenly organization, more or less. And since then, my life has been saved 5 times. I've been touched from the other side 3 times. I'd be a punk if I didn't recognize it as exactly what it is. They will interrupt your real mission. You do have a real mission, and it's not small, but you have to take on all your challenges as opportunities to build strength, dexterity, intelligence in this life. Take them head on. You must do the work. You must investigate. If something's not right, you must investigate. You can't just be like, oh, I know everything. Oh, I'm just going to take this and fight for it. It is the Matrix scene with the red dress chick, 1000%. People will fight for the lie because anything else is too much to accept that they're living one is too much for their senses. To buckle down and discipline and say, hey, listen, I don't want to talk about this politics, and I don't think you should either. I don't want to talk about this other person, and I don't think you should either because it's not good for our health. If you have the courage, the stamina, because people are not going to react well to this. If you become valiant enough, people are not going to react well to you walking in the room. If you get far enough ahead, they're going to feel really shitty about who they are. And they're not going to like you walking in and staring that back at them in the face, what they could have been, what this other guy was. That's what I'm saying. You have to do it all. Not only can you be fat and not be small, jealous-minded, but just at least start going to the gym. Not only can you be jealous-minded and be the fucking most best-looking, buffed-out dude in the world, it's just like, yo, you're fucking pretty on the outside, but holy shit, you know, look at what got you there. How is who, just with the letters switched around. It really truly is. How you do it, what your intentions are, what your interests truly are, because there's all these guys playing the popularity game, and that is a toxic root. I will weed that shit from my garden. I will test that I will test everything in there. I will find out its intrinsic value and authenticity for real. I will digest it inside of my computer, whichever computer it calls for. All right, the most dangerous part, okay? Once you start questioning your own reality, is fake people have rewritten stories. They have twisted energy. They have presented a distorted version of the world until you begin thinking, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I misread this. Maybe I'm overreacting. The confusion breaks a warrior's clarity, and clarity is everything. Once clarity goes, your decisions distort, your intuition's weakness, and your power drains. And oh my God, can you find yourself in a tailspin and not even know you're in it? If you're around toxic people, which are 10 times worse than a toxic substance, or you have toxic substances in your system, or the both, you can't see shit. And a clear, valiant person is just looking at you like, fuck, what can I possibly do? And there's nothing they really can do because you ain't gonna listen, because you're mad at them, because they ain't picking you up because you fell into a victim mentality and they're trying to do things the right way with you. This is very, very often a problem. Last trip to Brazil, coming to you from Manaus, Brazil, the heart of the Amazon. My last trip to Fortaleza, a friend had hooked me up with a mutual friend, and he was like, man, I was telling the other guy about my problems, and he didn't believe me. And it's like, dude, it ain't that he didn't believe you. He's not a true friend that just sends you something. He's a true friend to coach you and tell you how to put the pieces back together. Maybe he sends you something, but nobody's gonna do that right now. That's a reality. You know who will do it though? You know who will kick you down with a place to crash, a couple bucks, someone who actually cares about you, someone who actually truly respects you, someone who, hold on, because this guy probably does too. He does truly love you and care about you and want to see you win, right? Right. But we've all got a certain amount of valiance to work on. All got a certain amount of gratitude to work on, to where, you know what, we actually should be swinging heavy enough to throw something to somebody. That should be part of our intention. What a valiant intention to incorporate. We're going to swing so hard. We're going to throw something to somebody who deserves it. And we're not going to have any strings attached to it. Wow, look at that. That is spear-tipping valiance. I'm telling you, I know what the Vikings, the Native Americans, the Native Asians, the Native everybody's, man, before everything got too toxic, they all knew from some kind of mouth-sounded disease of culture, colonialism, I don't know what you call it, right? Europe, who knows, English. You become defensive, drained, suspicious, less creative, less disciplined. You know, insecurity marked as confidence, deception, attention hunger, showing off, illusion, envy, manipulation, jealousy. That's what fake people operate on. So I make sure, also galvanization against. What's a white knight? He's galvanized against anything that's gonna fly through the sky and torch his village, all the people that he loves and cares about, right? He's a real valiant dude. He operates on honesty. He doesn't envy nobody. He just wants to see you win. He's truly like this older brother, father figure, dude. He just wants to see you win. When you're sitting there hating on him, he's just disappointed. He's just like, damn, catch up, young bull. Catch up, bro. I love you anyway, you know? And there's a lot of guys, let me tell you something. There's a lot of deceptive people who have picked up on that authentic modality. So they'll be on social media or they'll be somewhere and they'll be like, I love you, bro. Let me bring you to Jesus. I love you, bro. You know, and but you'll notice they're just looking to get money from you. They're just looking to get following from you. They're not going to follow you back. They're not going to send you any money ever. You know, they somehow have exited this equilibrium and put themselves in this modality of coach and teacher. I will never do that. I'm your fellow journeyman. No matter how high intelligent I go, I am your fellow journeyman. Please exchange with me. I am listening. I do care. Hopefully at some point I do have something to raise everybody up with that I care and love about. And that's what true heroes, city leaders, heroes, valiant people do. Value does, honest does. Fakeness destroys all foundations of trust, business, communities, families, partnerships, visions, missions, leadership. It's almost as though, one fake soldier ruins the entire army. People whose words do not match their actions. People whose words do not match their actions. People whose words do not match their actions. People who say they're going to do something and then they don't do it and then they just ghost you. Oh man, dude, I'm super disappointed. It's just like, I feel for you. I know you suffer. I know you suffer the company of Jerry Springer people, and that's all you're ever going to have, because you're not just in the fake game or affected by it. You are it now. You have become, and you don't even realize. It's just like I just said. You can't even see the reality of what has happened to you. You can't see that you're a fake one too, but you're just coming on. Oh, I did this and this and this in my history, some guys. actually did some valiant, real shit. And they're using that to do some shady shit today. Hold the line, fellow gentlemen and ladies. We stay real till the true end. If I can build that with 7 people, the 7 of us can mop up your 300,000 fake ass bullshit followers that ain't gonna do shit. And that's the majority of people now. I've probably got this whole hotel, they don't even speak the language. It's Portuguese down here, right? But they're just like, yeah. Oh, and let me tell you, this ain't a Brazil thing either. This is everywhere. But if you catch your chick looking at another dude who never even saw you guys in there, literally, and you get upset about that, somewhere in everyone's system, they should know what that is right there. But you may have a friend, he doesn't know what that is. He's just like, oh, dude, you see, you shouldn't be filming in here. See, if that would have happened with me, I would be like, yo, bro, that guy is lucky that guy did his little drama bit very quickly and stupid and obvious and got out quick. Probably, did his little, oh, look, I'm going to approach this big guy real fast and have him apologize and go back. And I know that's going to happen like that because I can tell, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do that and I'm going to run. I would have been like, that's what happened, right? And I would have been like, yeah, and it's good that he did it like that and didn't actually try to press something because he would have got fucked up and all his friends too, or at least we would have went down, If you fight hard, man, ain't no one going to walk away pretty. If you're a scared bitch and you run because you're fake, you're going to get fucked up and so is your friend, right? But you might just find out that your friend here that is so real that he provokes that shit from across the room. Literally, people he didn't even see were in there, never saw. And then, it's funny and it's okay because the best of us are gonna fall. The best of us are gonna fall to intimidation, to, well, I don't know what that is, right? To disloyalty, to irritated mess. That's going to happen to the best of us. But the best of us are going to fix that shit. We're going to go back and inventory it, and it's going to happen less and less and less and less and less. And everyone in the Brandon Angel Fitness Spirit Tip Club, no matter what storm and violence is going on out here, shit, man, we've been through this times a million. Our inner waters are going to stay calm. This is not affecting us. I'm not going to treat my boy all irritated and shit and fucking snapping at him and all that. I'm not going to do that. That makes absolutely no sense. No, my inner waters are going to stay calm. I'm going to make the best, classiest decisions, which definitely means treating my spirit tip with the fucking respect that they deserve. Because if they're on my spirit tip, holy shit, you'll never met a more grateful, a more respectful, a more honest, a more pure, a more doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. When it's time to prove, trust me, the proof will come. When it's really time to move, then you'll really find out. If you really want to test, you will really find out. Go ahead. 1000%. Test your fucking people. 1000%. I myself, I sit back and I observe. When it's those pressure situations, that's when I observe the most, And my great valiant homie that I love to fucking life tells me today, I'm learning to observe my own. That's what's up. That's what's up. I know what you're talking about. That's what's up. Oh, I don't need to be like, oh, yeah, cheat. No. Yeah, no, I know about that. That works for me too. Fellow journeyman, bro. And this dude is fucking strong as shit in one way. And he's made me stronger in that way, being around him. I'm starting to put shit together better and feel better about what I'm doing, And I'm strong as shit in one way. And he's become stronger in that way too. And now he's really starting to enjoy what he's doing, Fakeness wastes the most valuable currency, time. I have a person that I deeply care about right now in my life, and she wears anger like a fashion statement. And she kind of maybe hates herself, but again, you can't see it. They can't see it. They can't see it. They can't see it. They've been blinded by their own lack of vision. They become darkened by their own fakeness and the vicinity of fakeness that's around them, the level. And she lives a lie. She screams at me, telling me, I know this is true, and it is a 1000% manufactured lie. And I know who manufactured it, and I know that it's manufactured. And it's the 2500 manufactured lie this person's told. And several of those lies have changed to be such different stories. They count both. And it's, so this is why I tell you guys, link below, make yourself the best detector of shady people with bad intentions. And you will move through life like a ninja very impressively without, making lots of marks and not being marked and scorned and recruited to the dark side, because the worst thing that can happen is you become one. You want to become valiant, not the opposite of that. Now let me tell you this, super important. Once you're fake, it blocks the real ones from finding you. This is the most important part nobody realizes. When you are surrounded by fakes, the real ones can't access you. You're too occupied, too stressed, too distracted, too drained to recognize them. Real connections require bandwidth. Fake consume the bandwidth. You've got to weed the garden of this. The nutrients continue to be sucked out, but you don't even realize it, and it's in such a format that it's hard to, it's not a visual. Fakeness weakens your spiritual field. Holy shit, have I seen that, and it makes me cry. Your aura, your energy, your intuition, your substance, your compassion, your empathy, it all fades. Your instincts dull. Your discernment further weakens. You don't know what the fuck time it is. Trust me. And when someone tells you, your reaction is, you're an asshole. Don't tell me that. No, I'm your best friend. It's these best friends that you need. Spirit recognizes spirit. Fake energy disrupts your connection to your higher self, to your higher self. Your frequency lowers, your focus scatters. This happened to me when I was in victim mode, when I got weak and couldn't take the pain and started bitching out, and putting more chemicals, toxin substances in me, putting toxic people around me. Oh, listen, when you're down, all the shittiest people will come out to kick you. And they don't fucking think you're gonna get back up. They actually think, they intend, they hope that you don't get back up. Fakeness is contagious, man. Oh, let me finish this other one. Your warrior presence dims. Your focus scatters, your frequency lowers, your discernment weakens, your instincts dull. Your warrior presence dims. Spirit recognized spirit. Again, fake energy disrupts your connection to your higher self. Fakeness is contagious. Be around fake long enough and you start to lower your standards. You're just, I'm a Jerry Springer person. Jerry Springer people are all I know. If I'm gonna do a business, I guess I gotta do it with this other Jerry Springer guy. I suffered that for years. I still suffer that sometimes. Fuck no, what am I doing? What am I doing? There's no point in doing something unless you're gonna do it right. I can't do that with them. That's strength that not a lot of people have. Most people, they just keep running around in circles in the gerbil wheel, putting a square hole in a small peg. What if the devil was real and all he wanted to do is make everybody fake, so they had no discernment, no frequency, no instinct? so that real ones couldn't access them, so that they consumed each other. And one fake soldier ruins an entire army. They have no leadership, no visions. They're all in conflict. It's just constant soap opera drama, that's been invented by one of them. It wouldn't even exist without this fucking, it's this other man-made thing. Remember that. Other man-made stuff when we've got all this God-made stuff everywhere. The man-made plastic packaged food when there's delicious food right out here. They're just basically hijacking your health, hijacking your character, hijacking your spirit, your intuition, your guidance, your vision, your abilities, dulling your intuition, lowering your frequency, right? And then you're lowering your standards, you're tolerating lies all the time, you're just accepting, yeah, all right, it's cool, I signed off on it, dude, big mistake, now you're part of it. That lie could not exist without you. Speaking half-truths, shrinking yourself, playing the game instead of living the mission. Environment always wins. That's why ancient warriors, samurai, philosophers, and tribal leaders kept circles extremely tight. Ancient warriors, samurai, philosophers, and tribal leaders kept circles extremely tight. Keep your circle small. There's a whole story bubble for it, that at Brandon Angel Fitness on the IG. The antidote, let's get to the antidote. Here we are at 36 minutes of vicious knowledge downloading of the modern Jedi warrior right here that's going to now be smarter and better for his friends, especially after reading the quick 15-minute web reads in the links below that one of the realest person likely in your whole world, in your whole vicinity of conscious knowledge, of awareness, seriously, and put me to the test. Put me to the test. I dare you, and definitely don't have a small jealous mind if you're gonna do that, right? Don't let it be for that reason. Don't let it be for that reason. Don't let it be for that root. Don't let it be for that spark. Like my boy here says, stand back, observe that feeling for a minute and be like, you know what? That's really not me. I really don't want to be that. And I am what I want to be. It is this will inside that says. It's not the political man. It's not these other stupid rules this other stupid punk made up. It's not this using these stupid words that geniuses made up. Whatever. I'm naturally myself in nature, checking all the boxes to be that guy that does all the stuff, and he's got the purest of intentions. Me personally, all I care about is getting my wings in stage 2. All those from the other side touchings that I've had and experiences that are so real, that's all I care about. Only a punk would have those experiences. I'm basically forced into this. You can't be blessed like that and go about things in another way. That's why I see some of these guys and they're talking and I'm just like, damn, this disease got in on them. They were valiant dudes, but this disease got in on them. So I galvanize against every day. I talk shit to them every day. I galvanize with no. I'm not, oh what? Now I'm helping my small circle, the ones that I can truly care about, that truly care about me. I'm not a part of this big wave of fake nothing. And I galvanize when the opportunity presents, because I'm truly helping my boys. And we truly are going to all ride off into the sunset, having trained in the darkness, just like Muhammad Ali says. And then when we're out here, rotation 55, right? Holy shit, thank you for rotation 1 through 54. Because damn, now we are a fearless, focused, free, valiant Blade, man. And dude, I'm telling you guys, the steroids will never compete with that. The fake shit, the bought shit, the purchased bullshit will never compete with that. And if we're the only ones who actually do it, and we open orphanages in nature, and not orphanage, but we open interesting experiments out in nature and do realer shit. The antidote, the cure is radical authenticity and ruthless discernment. This doesn't even mention the galvanization principle, which is strong. Because my mother is a lying pig, I am the opposite of that. I was like, what? I didn't even have terms. I was like, whatever the fuck that is, I'm gonna be the opposite of that. And I really went statistic by statistic, feature by feature, you know, aspect by aspect of this person. I said, oh, they do that, I'm doing this. They do that, I'm doing this. And I came out quite happy about it. And so much so that I wanna tell all my fellow journeymen, hey man, this is the way, this is the way. We're supposed to live valiantly. Everything else is just distracting us from that. And the devil probably is real at the top of all these distractions, because fuck, they're distracting. There's a lot of pollution coming into this lake, and the solution to pollution is delusion, except with this shit. We need fucking total straight purification from this. So this is how you must be able to say, this energy is wrong. This action is wrong. This intention is wrong. You must be able to say, this person is not aligned. Alignment is everything, guys. If we're aligned in that road and we're doing those, take it head on, no lies, no distractions, no confusion, focus is freedom, you know, and we're definitely not telling lies. We got a very valiant road. It will be challenged. It will definitely be challenged, but the right way, you know, and you'll be passing those challenges with flying colors, right? Getting to those more next level, higher grade tests. You need to be able to say something is off and I trust my instinct. You need to be able to say not everyone gets access to me all the time. You need to be able to say, yo man, so good to catching up with you. I hate to cut this short, but I have to go to this very important previous commitment, and then go be by yourself and work on yourself and sharpen that blade. When you put more time into videos like this, into study like this, into gym, than you do talking to these bullshit people about bullshit stuff, about drama, whether it's political or whatever form. Honor plus intuition is your shield. Mission and truth is your sword. What is your purpose? Is your purpose to charge people and act like and do this? And is that your mission? Seriously, is that your purpose? On social media, in the world, go to nature. Figure out what your purpose on social media is and in the world. My purpose in social media is to leave my true self in the face of thousands of lies for one person. The rest is secondary. That secondary mission is along this path that illuminates as you walk it. I have actually picked up people who have said, please don't stop making content. You're helping and changing my life. You're a true G, you're a rock star. Please don't stop doing this. Please don't go back into the jungle where you would rather be and live all selfishly and continue the completely unselfish plant experiment, plant study, all right, well, you know, listen, I think at 45 minutes we're good. I want to just tell you that I love you. I'm always thinking of you. I'm really praying every single day, man, for everybody watching these videos. That's in my prayer. Anyone who's watching my videos, please enlighten them. Please help them to actually make the change, to actually receive the upgrade. If I'm dealing with you on social media, this is a spirit thing, man. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. I want to cultivate with you discipline, spirit, angelics, because I don't even care what you think about it. I don't even care what I think about it. I simply know that God will think highly of that. That's it. Just like Manny Pacquiao says. I don't even care about the recipients of the millions of dollars I'm giving away to lesser privileged people. I don't even care what they think. I know God is going to be proud of me for this, and that's why I do it. Hua, if you don't mind, I would like to say a prayer for us real fast. In the name of Jesus Christ. Because that name, I'm making this video on that name, man, has fucking held so much power when I've used it in my prayers. Regardless of what people think about it or how the story came to be. It could just be that everybody's invested so much into that name that whatever's on the other side that really is too high to care about semantics, recognize exactly what. But in my personal, giving it that power, but most definitely in my personal experience, when you call out to that name, something might respond. You might be surprised. So I use what I was taught by incredible missionaries, by an incredible escaped convict, Jedi training that I got, by an incredibly valiant dude who had just insane amounts of great stuff, all before the internet even existed, right? I think all that was before the pager even existed. But anyway, yeah, I am, look at that. I'm older than I look. I have never done a steroid. I will be soon taking a Hershon test and a polygraph. Because I gotta take another I'm gonna do 2 polygraphs against some liar people, child abuser people. This will be my second coming up. I'm just trying to find a whole nother country. Because I'm in Latin America, so I'm sure they want to say, oh, Latin America's corrupt, you could just pay somebody. No, I don't know who to pay anyway. I use the state government, they use lie detectors in the court system here. I use a government state lie detector person that works for the prosecutor's office. And he sat down and said, if you're lying, this test will show it. I'm not lying, this one. And I'm having to prove this person that's lying on me, she won't go take a test or an MMP or I2 test. We'll show her as a fucking. But anyway, listen, I would venture to say, if I ever see anyone in the future who's got this amount, sparks this amount of small cell swine, bullshit everywhere, fuck. And he's got great intentions, he's a great guy. In fact, you get around him and you're like, holy shit, this might be one of the most purest, realest people I've ever sat around. If it's like that, I mean, dude, fuck yeah, good to meet you. Shit, another one for the fucking gemstone collection. Straight up, man. And diamonds, real true, tough, ready to bulldoze through anything. Oh, and I could be broken. Don't get me wrong. If you think you can't get PTSD, I'll get you there. But anyway, diamonds are found way deep in the coal vein. You might have to stay in the coal vein, stay kind of diamond. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of it. But we continue to study, we continue to sharpen the blade, we continue to do this interpersonal work that matters, that makes us more ninja, more Jedi, whatever mouth sound you want to use. More James B. And so let me continue Dear Jesus Christ, I love you. I love all these people watching this, even the ones who fail to achieve this mark, settle for some degree less of their absolute best, truest self, lying held till the end. And even the ones who drastically fall, throw their soul into hell, giving us the dynamic challenges of free will experience to gain our wings in the next stage, to be valiant, victorious of this, valuable, honest, honorable, committed, disciplined, and strong. That we take all our challenges moving forward as opportunities to build strength and character, integrity, dynamic strength, and even definitely galvanization against evil. We love you. We love everything that you represent. And we want to bring ourselves closer to you with every footstep forward from this point on. And we say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right. Onward, battle, ho. Follow for the next one. Much love.